Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. I would like to give praise and glory to the source of higher conscience, my own, as well as the supreme spirit of truth. That which we come from is the light, all of us, okay? And there is a race, whether you understand this or not, that is created crooked, okay? And the races that are created crooked are 193 nations that sit at the United Nations, and we must remember that there were 7 angels, and 200 of these people made a pact against humanity. And I've been trying to expose the truth about all the gods that are in this Bible. It was written by mankind, and originally it was written by humans, okay? And there is a difference between humans and mankind. What you see here, these are called the beasts of the field, each according to their kinds. This is Genesis 1:25, when God creates the beasts of the field, each according to their kinds. They are specifically speaking about the armies, okay? Anybody who will raise arms with a weapon and kill a brother, anybody, Hebrew, beast, Gentile, animal, anything like that, is a beast, okay? This plane of existence is death, and it is taxes. It is a slave world. I keep telling everybody that this is a slave world, okay? Doesn't matter how much money you make. People make $130,000 a year. People make $1 million a day. People make all kinds of money, lose all kinds of money. Money is just a means to survive. Anybody that makes money, their God, which is on the back of the dollar bill, in God we trust. Right there, folks. This is their God, money. And Iblis in the Quran said that he'll destroy mankind and humans with money, power, and women. Well, you can see how these people have how our children are acting today, okay? I'm sorry to tell you folks that your children are nut bat shitty because of what they see on the television. When I watch television with my dad today, I don't watch it for any other reason than I'm sitting with my dad in the room, keeping him company before he passes away. And when I sit for an hour and a half, I watch literally a dozen commercials, and they're all the same thing. Attorneys commercials, health company commercials, World Health Organization commercials, fast food commercials. It's the same shit over and over and over. They only push the people, the slave masters, those that are in control of this world. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, he blindfolds its judges, which are the magistrates. Okay, who are the magistrates? Images of magistrates. There you go, your judges. He blindfolds the judges. These turds in a punch bowl don't know a frickin' thing. He blindfolds the judges. I didn't say it. It says it right here. He, who? Who's he? This would be God. This is how, and Job is going to argue with God. Love that title. He blindfolds the judges, and it is not he, then who is it? Well, I keep trying to explain to people Revelations chapter 13, verse 15, Bible Hub, that there are 2 beasts. The second beast was permitted to breathe into the image of the first beast. The second beast was permitted to breathe. The only time in the Bible that anything has breathed into the nostrils, the second beast was permitted to give breath to the image of the first beast, so that the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship it to be killed. Okay? Okay, and the second beast required all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. What is that? A scientific brand. What is this? These are needles. Okay, what is the brand? The scientific brand. There's their scientific brand right there. Okay, COVID was created, folks. You understand? Mankind creates the diseases. This plane of existence is darkness. And those that are in power, mankind, Gentile, presidents, rulers, principalities, evil, they're the ones that sit in laboratories and they create these neuro agents that take life. Okay? These are killers, folks. And I don't know what it is about the people. They can't see it right in front of them. By the way, COVID stands for Certificate of Vaccination Identification. ID is an ID marker. Okay? And when you start breaking down the number 19, here in the Strong's Hebrew number 19, abcha, refers to a rare word used in Ezekiel 21:15, typically translated as slaughter. To slaughter meat. Okay, hold on now. Let me be very clear. Are we not meat, flesh, or the brandishing of a sword, indicating a threatening or a glittering sword? So the number 19 represents slaughter. Okay? What is the number 19 in tarot card readings? The sun. Is that a coincidence? Now, I need people to understand that Israel, the Hebrew, they pitched their tents to the east, always. And the reason why they did that is so that they could worship the sun. This was the first form of idol worship. You started worshiping creation, the sun, because the sun is what gives life. Okay, so the number 19 represents the sun, which is also soul, S-O-L, soul. And it's amazing to me that soul, S-O-L, and soul, S-O-U-L, are so close to one another. And then you have sun, S-U-N, and sun, S-O-N, which are so close with one another. And all Christianity did was change those Hebrews that were worshiping sun worship and turned it into a son of God, S-O-N, Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Okay, now Jesus was trying to tell us that we were gods. So Jesus himself is the one who calls humans judge gods. He says to defend himself against charges of blasphemy, arguing that if the scriptures referred to as law call human judges gods, Elohim, holy shit right there. Wow, see, sometimes when I stumble on this stuff, my head immediately it pops. All right, so you have it in John 10:34. Jesus replied, "Is it not written in your law?" The law is the Torah. It's the genitive case. Genitive. Why gen? Okay, because Genesis was written by Gentile, which are of the genitive case, who've written the gospel, which is a ghost spell. Look at the word ghost. Ghost, it's a ghost spell. The gospel is a ghost spell. So I got a scene for you to watch here. I can't play the sound, or they'll shut it down. They'll give me a strike. But he's telling them it's not a book. It's a weapon. Okay, they're talking about the Bible right now. A weapon aimed right at the hearts and minds of the weak and the desperate. This book was aimed right at the minds and the hearts of those that are weak and desperate. They use the Bible to control. It will give us control of them. That Bible is a weapon right in front of your face. The darkness of this world, if we want to rule more than one small town, we have to have that Bible. People will come from all over. They'll do exactly what we're told if the words are from the book. That's how powerful the Bible is. However, when you learn how to read the Bible and what it's really saying, these movies that you're watching become very clear to what you need to learn. Okay? These people here, these are beasts. Actors in Hollywood, they're beasts. See, Hollywood is 666. I need everybody to understand images of the alphabet, images of a binary code. Okay, this is the Matrix. This is a binary code. Okay, everything is ones and zeros. I'll give you an example. What is the binary code for a gatekeeper? So, I keep explaining to people that our language right here, okay, is all written up on a binary code. We live in a binary system. Gematria calculator. My lessons are bar none explosive and very informative. I really truly have deciphered what the 666 really means. And I can attach everything that I say through scriptures. It all makes sense. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, Bible. 2 Corinthians 2:11 tells us that in order that Satan should not outwin us, for we're not ignorant or unaware of his schemes. Now, I wouldn't understand what this was saying. And this is why it's so important to read different manuals and volumes of what the Bible's saying, because schemes over here means devices. And the devices are exactly what you're staring into right now, this computer device, because a computer is 666. Okay? The computer is 666 in English gematria. What computer was it that cost $666.66? The first Apple that ever came out was released in July 1976. There it is, $666.66. Breaking down all kinds of stuff for you guys to understand these riddles. So now your cost of the computer is $666. I keep trying to tell everybody it's so simple. It's so simple and in our face. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, Bible Hub. Okay. God created man in his own image. In the image of God. This is Elohim. Okay, we just saw what Elohim was. And when we look at the definition of Elohim, it's 430 in the Strong's Concordance. And the definition is a plural of Eloah, another God's name, El. You have Elohim, Eloah, El Elyon, El Shaddai. All these gods with El in it, because they are the elite, they're the elected, they're of electricity. You got to understand, we are electrical beings. This is why you can drag your feet on the carpet and you can shock somebody, or when you touch metal, you get shocked, because we are energy. Our energy is trapped in a flesh suit. The slave masters don't want you to know that. They want to teach you that you just die. And science wants to teach you that you just die, you go into the ground, that's it, it's done, it's over with. And I'm trying to teach you that you don't die. We don't die. You're given another avatar. If you don't ascend, you don't find ascension, you didn't make it, you're going to be met with archons. When your spirit leaves your flesh suit, you got to understand that you are in a world of darkness. That means that these archons are going to come to you as creatures of light, because they're very powerful beings. Okay? They know what's going on. Okay, so they're going to come to you, and then you're going to be in a confused state, because number one, you're in a spirit. You've returned to spirit, and you're probably looking down at your dead body. You know, you're being addressed by another energy force. So the whole experience is going to be very confusing to those that are not aware and don't understand. So you must be very cautious once your spirit leaves your body, because if you make any wrong choices, or you allow these archons, these aeons, to manipulate you and send you back into another flesh suit, because this is what they feed off of. Your energy, your soul is what they feed off of, and you are an eternal soul. You are an eternal being. You are a God yourself. They know that, but they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to hear what Yeshua or Jesus was trying to say to you and free you from the tyranny of this world. Now, in the Gnostic teachings, you have the Lord, Yahweh. Isaiah 45:7 says, I form the light. Okay, Lord here. This is the Lord here. The Lord is Yahweh, 3068 of the Strong's Concordance, the proper name of God of Israel. The Lord is the proper name of God of Israel. It's from Hayah, self-existing or eternal. Those in the province of Jerusalem today. Why is USA in the word Jerusalem? And why do you have the word Salem in Jerusalem, which is associated with witch hunts? Is Salem associated with witch hunts? See, so here we are with Salem in Massachusetts. Why is this important? Because we landed on Plymouth Rock that was in Massachusetts. Salem, yes, Salem in Massachusetts is deeply associated with infamous 1692 witch trials. Okay? So why is Massachusetts so important? When was Massachusetts designated into the United States of America? Okay, Massachusetts is the 6th state into the Union on February 6th, 1788. Everything's binary code, man. I have reasons for why I show you guys things. Everything's set up on a binary code. Everything is broken down to a single digit. Okay? So, here you got 1788, and 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 is 24, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So, the state of Massachusetts, which is well known for witch hunts, is the 6th state, February 6th, 1788. 666. Now, let's see. I was looking up the word soul this morning because I have told people that soul, S-O-L, is also S-O-U-L. And I was hoping that I could find that somewhere along in the etymology and or another language even. And there are no languages, no major languages that use the word SOL for SOUL. But I would disagree, because you got to remember that this is wordcraft, okay? This is a spelling. This is a spell with curses that have been placed over us. By speaking this language alone, we are speaking curses. We curse other ones. Pilgrimage, okay? Pilgrimage, act of journeying through a strange country to a holy place. Long journey undertaken by a pilgrim. Now let's take a look at the word pilgrim, because the pilgrim is an age. It's a pilgrim age, as in Esau's age, the age. You also have, again, image in the word pilgrimage. Why is this important? 6754 in the Strong's Concordance. Salim. Believe me, folks, when I tell you everything that these people do, they do it frontwards, they do it backwards. Everything is in the language, all languages, okay? So Salim, spelt backwards, is molest, and then you have L in it. Salim. Molest. A masculine noun meaning image, resemblance, or phantom. This is key in your awakening right now, is to accept the fact that what we see in this reality is not real. It's a phantom. So, what's my point? Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, Bible Hub. My point is that this God, Elohim, which is a plural of Elohim, which is specifically used of a supreme creator. There's something above this God. This God here is used of a supreme God, meaning that if this is a God, Elohim, and plural is Elohim, then that would confirm what Jesus was saying when he told us, is it not written in your law, John chapter 10, verse 34, that I have said ye are gods? Okay? Gods are plural on this plane of existence. But everything that exists comes from the supreme light. Okay? The light, the supreme, the creator of all things, pure light, pure energy, pure love, pure kindness, pure passion, pure tenderness, doesn't have a mean streak in it. Okay? Remember, darkness, gods, something was thrown down over the face of the deep. You got to put these things together. So, Lord, Yahweh is the God of Israel. You know, my friend probably hates me now. She loves God of Israel. She's told me for years that nobody explained 666 better than I did. And then the minute I typed in God of Israel and I showed you guys that God of Israel is 666, her whole story changed. She told me, oh, you should stop teaching that 666. You know that's the Gentile book. That's the way it is. You know, they change the stuff. Yeah, the Gentiles got their hands in everything, of course. But even more peculiar here in Hebrew, okay, God of Israel is good old skull and bones, man. Can you imagine that? Do you think that that's coincidence? And then let's do Strong's Concordance 111. Strong's Concordance 111. Let's see what this one has to say. Refers to two different entries depending on whether it is in Greek or in Hebrew. Proper noun for Edomite, named likely as variation of Hadad. Okay, referring to things contrary to the law and justice. It appears twice in the New Testament, Acts 10:28 and Peter 1:4-3. Let's see. 111 means unlawful. Wow. Greek. So when we type good old God of Israel into the gematria calculator, in Hebrew gematria, it's skull and bones. What is the number for skull and bones? 322. So what it would appear to me is God's children, they're saints, God's chosen. What God? Elohim or the Lord? The Lord Elohim? I just showed you that the Lord is Yahweh and Yahweh is God of Israel. Okay, the passage, folks, of 666, Revelations chapter 13, verse 18, Bible Hub, is telling us that it takes wisdom to calculate. And the only way that you can calculate the number of the beast is with a gematria calculator. Now, do you think that I'm going to be able to come here and just type Yahweh in or Jesus in and it's going to give you the answer to 666? No, it's key phrases in the Bible, and there's so many of them. Like Jesus, who's holding a key. He's the one who holds the keys to death and Hades. Jesus is holding a key. Holding a key in English gematria is 666. Folks, I am so connected to source and understanding the hidden language behind the scriptures. This is why it takes wisdom, as it says, to calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man. A man. Exodus chapter 15, verse 3, Bible Hub. The Lord is a warrior. This is Yahweh, once again, the self-existing eternal creator, God of Israel, 666. God of Israel is a man, okay? The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Numbers 23:19, Bible Hub. God is not a man that he should lie, or the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that he should change his mind. Does he not speak and not act? Does he promise and not fulfill? So the question that I like to ask, I like asking questions. I like asking myself questions because then I got to dig into the answer. But this is Balaam. Balaam, well, Balaam is Baal. B-A-apostrophe-A-L, Baal, or as in Bel, B-A-L-N, L-E, to bell water. It has E-L in it, as in gel, or to bail somebody out of jail. B-A-I-L, bail. It's as or in to ring a bell. B-E-L-L, bell. E-L, electric, elite, elected. Oh, Israel. Israelites. Right here, the elites. So, the elites, Israel's highest honored priests, their highest honored priests that were called saints were not saints, I believe, or I should say, I don't use the word believe anymore because Believe means you believe the lie. You'll believe anything. You have a belief system, then you're ignorant, okay? You have to investigate. You have to confirm. You have to read. You just can't hear something and think that it's the truth. I'm showing you right in front of your face. You cannot dispute what I'm sharing with you. And anybody who thinks they can, just put it down. This guy here, Professor Dave, oh, I can't stand this dude. I mean, I can't stand him. You talk about a gate holder, a key holder, a gatekeeper. That's what these people are. They're gatekeepers. Everything on the internet is designed to keep you doing something that keeps your mind distracted from the real prize. And that's realizing that you are the power. And these people in darkness who've given up their soul for the power, the money, the glory, and all that, you have power over them unless you vote them into office. Once you vote for a person, what was Lord Acton's best quote? Lord Acton quote. You don't even, I mean, this guy's got hundreds of quotes, but his number one quote was, power tends to corrupt and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power. What do you think? Who's in absolute power? The governments. All the governments are what have power, right? Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, Bible Hub. Keep trying to tell people that duality exists in this world. So we have a historical figure, Yeshua, who is sent to a particular people, the Israelites, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And then you have Jesus Christ, who comes to the world. He came to the world to take the sins. So you have two stories. So unto us a child is born. This is Yeshua, a child is born. Unto us a son is given. Notice child and son. All right, these are two different people. Unto us Yeshua was born. Unto us Jesus is given. They changed Yeshua to Jesus, and the governments will be upon Jesus's shoulders. And if the governments rest on a child that's born shoulders, Yeshua, then Yeshua and Jesus would both be guilty of having the power of this world, because Jesus said himself, all power and authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. All authority in heaven. Now, this is where it's crafty, because you got to understand that between the firmament and the ground beneath us, that is the heaven. The birds fly in the heavens. But Jesus says, if they say that I am in the sky, look up and you will see birds. Okay? If they say that I'm over here, do not go. This is what Jesus is trying to tell you. All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. All authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. All power and authority has been given to me on earth and heaven. And the governments will be upon his shoulders. Jesus has all power and authority in heaven. That's everything underneath the firmament and to the earth. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Jesus Christ. Mighty God, Jesus Christ. Who's this God? El. Mighty. Almighty. Especially the Almighty. This is a crafty word. Mighty covers it. Almighty is us. When we come together as one, we are almighty. us as one. Satan's job is to conquer and divide. Conquer us by countries, conquer us by states, conquer by providence, by town, by school, by pride, by all of it. It's right in front of your face. School pride. They paste pride right on the schools, right in front of your face. And pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, folks. Nobody does this better. I need to get back to a few of these things because there's something that I need to explain to you about this binary code and the way these numbers and stuff work. Okay, before letters were ever created, everything was done by a binary code. Okay, so numbers were letters first, and then they created a sound system. Letters which made sounds, and they taught us sounds. And the sounds of the letter string together are more like emojis to the slave masters. Okay? So letters themselves are symbols, and symbols are like emojis, and emoji have definition and meaning. So it's important for you to understand the way that they string these letters together and the way that the English language was written, so you can understand exactly what the pilgrimage, the age of the pilgrims are an image. It's an illusion. This world is not even real. Yet it's teaching us love. It's teaching us hate, beauty, how to be kind and tender, how to be spiteful and deceitful and hateful. Everything that comes off of that television, if you're letting your young daughters be raised by that, that's why our young daughters are insane today on the internet, shaking their asses, telling the world that they'd rather be with the bear in the woods than with the man, saying stupid shit like diamonds are a girl's best friend. You have been programmed, okay, to do nothing but shake your ass and be something that the world wants you to be, not what your spirit, your soul tells you to be. So I want to go a little bit deeper with you here on the word pilgrimage, because this is a dark word, man. All right. The word piler comes from pill, P-I-L-L. But if you take an L off here, that's right, you still get the word pill. Okay? Sounds the same, looks the same, spoken the same. Okay? This is wordcraft and word magic. I don't care what you guys believe or what you think or any of it. I've figured out this language, English, okay? The serpent's tongue. This is what the natives were telling us. White man speaks with a forked tongue. Images of the NASA emblem. Folks, that is a forked tongue. It's right in front of your face. Never a straight answer. Forked tongue. That's the serpent's tongue. That is not a vector, folks. Get it straight. Wake up and learn the truth. Forked tongue. So, piler means to plunder, which is from obsolete verb pill, to plunder, to pillage. Okay, so pill, P-I-L, and pilgrim means to plunder, okay, to pillage, to rob, to steal. The pilgrims, the pilgrim, okay? Oh, let's go deep, folks. Let's do it. Grim, fierce, cruel, savage, severe, dire, painful, from Proto-Germanic grimma, okay? Old, all this shit, you want to read it, that's good. Grim, angry, fierce. Stern, horrible, dire. It's awful, it's angry, grim, Pilgrim, a plundering, savage, severe, painful people of the colonials. Okay? So you have a pilgrim, and then age comes from yourself, Old French, as in age, and life, lifetime, lifespan, maturity. Okay? Earlier adage from Vulgar Latin, atticitium, Portuguese, extended from Latin, period of life, age, lifetime. That's the one I was looking for. A period of life, an age, or lifetime. So the very word right in front of your face, pilgrim age, means a plundering, uninvited time. Definition of grim means a plundering, uninvited age. From the pilgrims that landed in Massachusetts, which is 666 in Massachusetts. Nobody does this shit better, folks. Okay? I have decoded so many scriptures that I scare myself. And I hated to even say it, but Jesus himself, Yeshua's message that was supposed to be brought to Israel, he was simply trying to tell you that you children, look, I am not against any child that loves where they've come from. Doesn't love God, because God spelled backwards is a dog, okay? And in order to live, you had to have lived, which is the devil spelt backwards. Why would they put God, devil, right next to each other like this? Because God is the devil. You understand? I don't care. I'm not catering to any religion today. Not the Hebrew religion, not the Christian religion. If I'm going to cling to anything, it's going to cling to source, the light, where I come from. My light has been captured inside of a flesh suit. And when my light, my spirit is released, there's nothing going to stop me from going back home. Ascension, not dissension, okay? Jesus was the one who descended. Now the saying, he ascended, what does it mean but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? Images of a 7-step chakra. So many people will teach you, don't teach this stuff. And I'm here to say to anybody and everybody that this eye, this third eye that they're talking about, notice that they call it the third eye. Why? Because we have 2 eyes on our forehead that give us perception of this reality that we live in. And then the third eye is a reference to the pineal gland. And the pineal gland itself is still below the crown chakra. It's the highest chakra, represents our ability to be fully connected to the source. Guidance from the divine is received here. You see, this is where I received my upload. My information came from outside of myself. It was from my higher self. All of us have a higher self. Right now, we're living the lowest part of ourselves. So you have the crown chakra, to the third eye, to the throat chakra, to the heart chakra, to the solar plexus. And each one of these are considered an exploration of soul, mind, body, earth, fire, all of it. And when you get all the way down here, this is the lowest chakra. This is the genital area. This is the flesh area. This is where we tend, all of us right here, this is where we tend to live in a lower vibrational state. We're trying to get up to a higher vibrational state. Okay? And once you hit this section of the third eye, the pineal gland, because that's what Jesus was talking about. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. Darkness, benighted, dark from, but look here, look at this. Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, Bible Hub. Now the earth was formless and void, and darkness. Here is misery, figuratively, darkness, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness, destruction. So there's a war in heaven that takes place. Revelations is a book before Genesis. They made Genesis the first book and Revelations the last book. Why? Because that's the beginning and the end. Jesus is the beginning. He says that he's the beginning. In the beginning is time. What is time made up of? 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours. Let's top it off with John chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Christians just love this parable. They also love to say this one here too. I shut them down real quick. Get behind me, Satan. So Jesus is speaking with one of his disciples, Peter, and says, get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. For you do not have in mind the things of God, but the things of men. He's saying this to Peter. But look, Jesus is a wise man. He's supposed to have so much knowledge. So I think to myself, when Christians, because believe me, I have Christians saying it to me, get behind me, you Satan, you dog. And I laugh at them and I say, that's just where Satan would love to be, right behind you, so he can grab you by your hairline, pull your head up, and slice your frickin' throat. That's how stupid people are. When you ask for Satan to get behind you, guess where Satan's at? Right on your heels. Yes, folks, it's word magic. It's wordcraft. It's been placed right in front of you, and I'm busting this code and this shit wide open. I'm busting it up. I don't serve any gods in this Bible. Not a one, not a single God in this Bible do I worship. Not Yahweh, not Yah, not Yahweh, not Jesus, not Iesos, not Buddha, not the Hindu God, not Vishnu, not the Destroyer, not any of them. Not a single name given to God in the Bible will I stand and worship. Now, I will say to you, okay, listen, look, my children hear my voice and come to me. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. A voice, okay, listen, folks. The Most High, the Supreme Spirit, the light, the truth, does not speak. Everything is through mental telepathy, okay? Now, maybe he has a celestial body, and those that are in heaven do get to see the light, the true light. But the Bible plainly says that you can, and the Gnostic teachings say that you cannot place your eyes on the Supreme Creator. It is pure energy. You will die. He told you that. What is it? 9, 11, 30, 30, is it? Yeah. 33 verse 20 Bible Hub. Oh, maybe I need a book. Exodus verse 33 verse 20 Bible Hub. So this God is saying, but he added, you cannot see my face, for no one can see me and live. So Christians are waiting for Jesus to come down off the clouds. And the Bible's playing here. And if Jesus is God, or Yahweh's the Father, and Jesus is the Son, and the Holy Spirit, what is the Holy Spirit? Could the Holy Spirit be a female? Or not a female, but a feminine entity, a feminine energy, right? Because the truth is women rule the world. Behind the scenes, a man is only the front runner. But when the wife puts her foot down, she's the one that's telling the husband what to do, either in support or against, one way or another. She's going to put in her 2 cents. The man's going to make the decision, but basically the woman is the queen, okay? And the queen runs the hive, folks. Not a king, okay? So you can't see Jesus coming down from the clouds, because if Jesus is God, then now we have a distinct difference between the Lord, Yahweh, and Yeshua or Jesus Christ. Complete two differences. So, I think I covered a lot of ground there in this last hour for you guys. And I want you all to know that I love humanity. I love humans. I love Gentile. And I even love beast, for whatever purpose it is for them. But sadly, I need people to understand 2 Timothy 2:5 Bible Hub. Always get this one mixed up. But these are as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed. So, God, the God of this world that created the material world, which is Yahweh, Elohim, or Yahweh, is the eternal spirit, God of Israel, and Elohim are plural of Eloah. And plural means many gods, and these many gods, mankind, were made to be taken and destroyed. The reason is they speak evil of things that they understand not, which is source, the spirit, the truth, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. Now, don't you find it odd that this word here, perish, and a church has a parish? It's so, or when you pray, or are you preyed upon? When you pray, you are being preyed upon. When you pray to a God, when you are God, Jesus said it, not me. Don't get pissed off at me. I'm telling you what Jesus said. When you pray to something else to save you, when you're the only thing that can save yourself, and you place a mediator between you and the Most High, the light, the truth, source, the spirit, the Almighty, or should I say the mighty, or the monad. How's that? The monad that controls everything within the pleroma. And you don't understand the wordcraft that you're under? When you pray to something, you lose your power. You give it up. You're being fed off of. That's how come when you pray, you're preyed upon. And you don't even know it. We don't even know it. It's right in our face. The English language is very clear. I hope everybody has a beautiful, blessed day. I love everyone, especially those that are trying to return back to source, the mighty one of all creation. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Peace.